Facebook is going to start putting out original content. They are also monetizing people's videos. It's going to be completely different. It is. And Facebook has more people than YouTube. So for a person that is a content creator, Facebook could be a game changer. I think in my case it could be. I've never understood why my channel doesn't have more subscribers. It's because it's YouTube. And the audience is much younger. I think Facebook also has like the demographics is completely different. Also with YouTube, you're sort of like sucked into the algorithm. So if the algorithm isn't going to treat you right, it just doesn't treat you right. I'm not saying my channel's doing much better than my competitors at this point. I'm passing all of them up. It's true. But the thing that I want to talk about is my Facebook page is monetized now. Now I got about 9 months ago, an invitation from Facebook like saying, would you be interested in special, I forgot how they put it, like, you know, doing special projects or something with Facebook, and if so, and you're a content creator, give us all your social media, you know. So instantly I said, well, you know, YouTube, I have 4,000 videos, you know, 60,000 subscribers, whatever it was. And lo and behold, I'm one of the first few people to monetize their Facebook page, which is great. I jumped at the chance. Are you kidding me? I've always liked Facebook. I've always been on Facebook, but as far as like spending the energy to put content out on it, I just would put some on just to sort of keep it active. But Caine dog training on Facebook is just sort of something where I took YouTube videos and put them on that page. Now it's totally different. Now I'm putting out, you know, original content on that page. With that said, I also, just in the last 3 days, this just happened a few days ago, that I was told that I could monetize my channel. And you know, I'm like, well, what the hell, I'll do it. So in the last 3 days that I got it monetized, got approved, I think I've loaded it up with like 70 videos or something. I just went through and like, oh, this is a good one, and put it on. Now the thing that I have noticed is that Bigfoot seems to do real good. Keep in mind, I do not know if these are going to this Facebook watch page. I don't know what's going on. That could just be my people that follow me and likes. I have about a little bit under 40,000, you know, similar to subscribers on my Facebook page. But I've noticed that the Bigfoot videos are more popular than dog training, sort of like Caine dog training. It's sort of strange. You know, I have this like appropriate information for dogs, yet I'm not, Zach George has 1 million subs, you know. It's absurd. So I noticed it's the same thing. Bigfoot's sort of popular. And then last night I posted a video, and that's don't pet my dog, asshole. And that's my first video that did pretty good. If you see somebody walking down the street with their dog and the dog is being good and at heel, don't whistle to it. Don't say a fucking thing. Never indicate to the dog anything. It only has under 300,000 views, yet it got me on Ta Show. So it's a good video, and the dog owners really respond to it. And as soon as I posted it last night, it's like the best video on my Facebook page now. I mean, as far as like statistically, it has like more shares than even close to any of the Bigfoot videos. It rings a bell with dog owners because it's true. It doesn't matter if you have a service dog. It doesn't. If you have a house dog and you have it on the street and it's on a leash and somebody's distracting your dog, that's bullshit. Now, with that said, your dog should be trained so that it doesn't listen to strangers. That's a huge problem too. There's, you know, 4 million dogs getting put down every year, and most of the problem is that it's either lack of training, no training, or improper training. it's not just the jerks, it's the jerks that own dogs that refuse to train them, or their dog sits and they're like, oh, my dog's trained. Every time I've worked with a dog and it has, you know, I'm like, well, what can you do? It can sit, but then I find out it really can't sit. It doesn't know what its implied state. The dog's a fucking mess. So generally speaking, people do not train their dogs, and they certainly don't do it right. It's a huge problem in our society. But I look at this video and it's like, I just posted it. It was like this 71st video that I posted on my Facebook channel in the last few days. And it's doing great. And it's doing great. And the reason why it got me on Tosh O is that it really does. It rings true to every dog owner. Every dog owner has had their dog out and experienced this. Like, you're walking down the street and somebody's like making some kind of kissing noise to your dog or something. The dog's on a leash, and people will just be like, you know, walking toward, oh, hi, it's on a leash. You want the dog? You're rude to the human, and you're fucking up the dog. What do you expect? The dog is on a leash. How's it going to get you without, like, it's cruel. It's fucking cruel. I don't know. It just boggles my mind that people don't get this, but it doesn't really boggle my mind that so many dog owners get this. It's such a problem. Just, you don't own a dog, leave everybody's dogs alone. You know? It's the truth, and children should know this. Kids should know this. It's like this is perpetuated throughout our society. There'll be kids that'll say stuff like under this video, like, well, I ask. That's not really the point, you know? It's, if you go up, if somebody has a dog and you say, can I pet your dog? You know, and the person that has the dog is an idiot, which there's so many of them. We have 4 million dogs dying. And they say yes, you're not helping that dog is the point. Because the dog will be excited, and when you're petting the dog, listen up, kids. When you're petting the dog, you're conditioning the dog to be excited like that. You're telling the dog that that is a good thing, to be that way, to be excited. And that is the point where all dogs make mistakes. They bark, lunge, bite, or just don't listen. Stay away from people's dogs. Don't ask them. Do not ask them if you can pet them. You can know better than the dog owner. But you the kid that sees this, you're 13 years old, you don't even own a dog. I'm sorry, but it's your parents' dog, okay? When you get older and you want to get a dog, know that it's going to be completely different. And that's what I hear from people that I work with. They're like, well, I grew up with a dog, but the dog had some issues, so I want to do it different. I want to do it the right way. You can start doing it the right way with your family dog and with other dogs that you see, and start getting this in your mindset that you want dogs to be better. You want dogs not to be put down. Do you get what I'm saying? Leave everybody's dogs alone. Anyway, so it's good news about Facebook. I've had it up for a few days. They're manually going through each video. It's going to take forever to get a video approved. However, I do have one that's approved. They are not using an algorithm. They're going through manually seeing if it's appropriate for advertisement. I sort of like it. I'm willing to wait. I don't care. I've checked and I've made my first $1. Don't laugh. You know, it's just one of those things. It takes time. If you're looking for easy money, YouTube and Facebook is not going to be it. It isn't. But there's huge potential in Facebook for sure. We already know what happens here on YouTube. There's a lot of channels that you know, people put stuff out and then it doesn't meet the community guidelines. Whatever, they just get rid of channels. You know, this is sort of ensuring that the video is appropriate for viewing. It makes me feel safer as a content creator. It does. I'm at the whim of the algorithm and how the algorithm reads my videos to get me views. That's pretty much what it is. It's difficult. And then you have the community guidelines, which Facebook has community guidelines too. But Facebook's community guidelines, they sort of deal with it in a more structured manner. it's really haphazard as far as YouTube goes. You could have a video, this is true, on your YouTube channel that's been out for 8 years. And it was fine, it met the guidelines 8 years ago, but YouTube has sort of changed and made them more restrictive. So because they're more restrictive, now it might not, you know, meet the community guidelines. You know? There's people that did videos, this is true, they have like pages where they shoot guns and stuff, where they altered guns. So that was going on for years. We don't know. It could be a gunsmith and it could be altered properly. But the point is, about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I think, something like that, YouTube came out and said, from now on, if you put out a video where you have altered a gun, that will not meet the community guidelines standards, right? So if you have a channel that has like, say 200 videos, and it does real good, you're not going to be checking to see if you should remove certain videos. You're not. And then you might wake up and your channel's just completely gone. Seems sort of unfair, and that's how a lot of people have taken. The shooting, you know, that was a YouTuber that felt disgruntled. I don't know. I have nothing against YouTube. This is the truth. YouTube is a company. Google is a company. It is their right to do it however they want. This is the truth, man. You can't, you know, they have the right to stop serving anyone.